Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Crypto Duck Life.
Let's give it some. Alright. Yeah.
Well, look, it's Saturday and I don't want to take up valuable drinking time. So, what do we have for the week? Let's go. The most important thing I need to say out of the old with big fucking capital red letters is supposedly FTX has been hacked. Okay? Do not update the apps. They're all infected. Do not go to the site. It will install Trojans. Basically uninstall anything FTX related immediately. Right. Look at the week's markets. It's an interesting look overall, I think. Bitcoin is down a colossal 21%. It's sitting on 16802. That's recovered a little bit from its low, which was around the 16600. I'm kind of happy that that's the bottom. I mean, can things get any worse at this point, really? And it's found a very strong support line at that mid 16. So let's hope so. Ethereum is down a whopping 23% at 1261. It remains deflationary at the minute. BNB is 20% down at 281. Other big loser is Solana, which is down 56%. If you can't work out the connection, I mean, apart from the obvious strong connections with FTX it had in the first place, it's also had a number of wallet hacks recently. The network's gone down several times recently, but the biggie is it's got a colossal amount of Solana that was locked up in staking that is being released, which has traditionally always meant a massive drop in price. FTX for the week, the big baddie, so to speak, is down 92%. Yeah. The SEC had been monitoring the whole FTX debacle, and to be honest, it looked to me like they were going to let it slide and just let him fix it without actually bringing it to the forebear. Of course, that didn't happen after Binance basically dropped the what's it on it. But it's amazing what being best friends with the SEC can do, isn't it? Right. They were saying about 1 billion in client funds were missing FTX, but that may all be irrelevant after this monstrous hack, if indeed it is a hack. Hundreds of millions were flowing out of FTX wallets at a very strange time over the night. Tether has already blacklisted 30 million of USDT alleged to be from an FTX hacker. Yeah, I mean, that's all that can be said, isn't it, really? Just when you thought it couldn't get any more dramatic or anything else couldn't happen, the shit show continues in a new and unexpected ways. Horrific. Yeah. So anyway, yesterday FTX did file for bankruptcy and Sammy Boy has resigned, quite, obviously. So that's where we sit. Let's run down the rest of the news for the week. We Made, which is a Korean GameFi blockchain, has got 46 million investment from Microsoft. San Francisco City has been the hardest hit in the crypto redundancies, but then they were also the most sort of popular crypto valley, if you like, type place as well. So, you want to win big, you got to lose big too when you're betting those big bets. Uno. Uno Auto Strats. This is a really interesting new protocol that's coming. Worth checking out. Get on their website. It's basically working on a system that works a bit like Switch or Confuse or Money Supermarket. It will monitor all of the different DeFi options and automatically move your deposits to the one offering the best APYs without you having to worry about what blockchain they're on, bridges or any of that crap. You deposit and then just forget it. Now, I was saying, a couple of weeks back, that this is what the industry needs. Whether this will be it and whether they'll be good enough or secure enough or easy enough that's a different matter altogether. But this is definitely the way I want to see it go. People do not want to see this blockchain or that blockchain, and that needs to all be done under the hood automatically. So to me, this would be a giant step forward if that actually works, and definitely worth looking at. Digital asset platform Backed, that's BAKKT, is planning to acquire Apex Crypto. I've seen a number of troubling news reports regarding FTX. Keep your eyes peeled on that. I will update as soon as I know more. EU Commission looking at legislation for the digital euro. More legalish news. The overall crypto products have seen a drop in finances invested and reduced volume. At the same time, overall, the majority of people this crypto winter have actually held their assets. There's not the signs of the normal panic selling, which would kind of explain the reduced volume, but not the reduced money. Anyway, we'll have to just watch that and wait and see. The IRS chief has said that there are hundreds, in inverted commas, of crypto criminal cases coming. Not very good. I trust you pay your tax if you knew what tax you needed to pay or how to pay it. Goldman Sachs wants to order the cryptoverse with a new classification system. Anything that helps is always good on that front. And Fidelity, the TradFi company, is offering yet another crypto product, so that's good as well to see. You have to wonder at this point whether Binance is just too powerful for their own fucking good. It's very hard to say what's going on. We know that Alameda Research had leaked a balance sheet on the FTX exchange. That balance sheet has never been confirmed, proven, or shown to be real, and its full details have not been told, really. But it was enough that Binance moved all of its FTT token onto the exchange to start dumping it. Now, Binance claims that they don't want to damage the token. The damage was already done. But essentially, their move caused market panic. And we've literally seen hundreds of millions withdrawn in just 2 days. Alameda Research itself holds over 100 million of Bybit Exchange's BIT token. The whole thing just stinks to fucking shit as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I'm not saying whether they were or whether they were not in fucking financial doo-doos. What I'm saying is, it wouldn't matter if they were or were not. If Binance says they're selling all of their fucking tokens, the whole world's going to react to that accordingly. It could very well be a case of everyone trying to fucking flog out actually causes it to crash and drop. But we'll just have to wait and see on that front. It's crap. So, with that in mind, let's move on. Decentralized search startup Sapana received 10 million in funding, led by Hack VC and Patango First. DeFi platform Texture has secured 5 million investment to develop yield management tools. And then a few bits of Trade Coin Club, which was supposedly an international crypto bot trading multi-level marketing company, has been outed as a Ponzi as the SEC filed charges against both the CEO and many of the promoters of the project. That seems a little unfair, as most of the promoters were probably honestly believing in the project as well, but we'll see on that front. Bitcoin miner Iris Energy has defaulted on a 103 million equipment loan. Not good for them. Just the latest victim of many miners that are announcing closures and bankruptcies. And the US has managed to seize 3.36 billion of crypto related to Silk Road. I've got nothing to say about that. My hatred for government, for regulations, for censorship and all that crap is beyond measure. I don't think the government give a fuck about people at all. I just don't believe it. I don't think any of these things are about protecting people. It's just theft as far as I'm concerned. The FTX fucking fuck up. So, let's try to unpack everything that's happened. There were accusations that Sam was lobbying against other industry players. This is something that CZ of Binance was not going to put up with. But I think you have to bear in mind there is more to this. FTX had already worked a deal with the, basically the American government, the derivatives section, to work on all cash payments. He was also involved in writing the new bill, the cryptocurrency bill, which will no doubt be dead now. I think you could arguably say that dear old CZ saw his, king of all position in the crypto field being slightly threatened. Either which way, he was driven to write a text. Good old Twitter, doing it Elon Musk style. And essentially his tweet has cost innocent investors 156 billion. That's the long and short of it. There is no evidence. My gut says this was orchestrated by Binance's CZ. I stated before that I kind of felt that he was behind the whole Luna collapse, as the biggest person to make out of it, along with Maker themselves. We basically swapped big banks for big crypto. The whole idea of crypto was to free us from these centralized fucking corrupt systems and replace it with algorithms that cannot be corrupted. And it's not happened because people are sheep and they want that. But it doesn't matter. Look. So what's actually happened? So Binance's CZ tweeted out that he was going to sell billions, all his billions of FTX token, which obviously tanked the price, which then caused Sam to tweet back saying, they're deliberately trying to damage them with rumours, which obviously then caused the max exodus. And look, whether you've got the reserves to cover the payments or not, simple, regular daily operating does not allow for the mass pullout that Binance caused. Now, I'm not saying that Sam Bankman did everything fucking right. He's probably as big a crook as what Binance is. But I can tell you now that FTX wouldn't have suddenly gone fucking tits up and cost people all this money if he had fucking not done that tweet. It's as simple as that. You've got to understand here that the crypto realm is political, and they've all spent millions, if not billions, in the year bloody midterm elections. It's a fuck up. Personally, I sort of feel that Binance has brought the entire crypto sphere into disrepute. It's dragged the cap down from 1.1 trillion to 900 billion. Just remarkable. Even if you want to take Binance's side and say he didn't do it on purpose, he's not an idiot. He knew what, typing what he was typing was going to cause. The causation was obvious. There's no getting around it, and he chose to do that. Look, I think I've made myself clear on the subject. Obviously now, what a mystery. Binance has said they're buying FTX. Yeah. I mean, if that doesn't tell you what the whole game plan was before he fucking started it, I don't know what will. I think he's a very dangerous man. And as far as crypto's concerned, he's the fucking devil. But, we'll see what rolls out. I'm sure Sam Bankman will get blamed for everything. And CZ will take on all his positions with the government. So, there you go. The only bright side is he does intend to put out a proof of reserves from here on in, which is probably a very fine idea and something they should have all been doing in the first place, especially seeing as they've been telling the whole stablecoin market that they should be doing that. Hey? Never mind. Other news, particularly great either. Facebook has said they're going to lay off 11,000 employees. That's a bit of a must. Musk has sold 3.95 billions worth of Tesla shares. And Biden's very publicly said that Musk has bought a social media service that lies to the entire world. Wonderful. Coinbase has had some issues in Germany, with Germany telling them to sort out their risk management. And the only other thing, the slight grab of good news in amongst this entire fucking pile of bollocks, was that Polygon has managed to surpass 188 million addresses. Unique addresses, that is. So there you go. FTX collapse. FTX was the world's second largest exchange before Binance's carefully executed tweet collapsed the entire crypto empire and ecosystem. And it effectively delivered a tombstone to FTX. Binance then offered the helping hand, only to pull it away again at the last second. Thankfully, the markets didn't really react positively to Binance's helping hand offer. So when they pulled it away, it was just more of the same, really. Look, it's totally true. Look, I don't discount FTX playing a game with its customers' money. This was exactly what crypto was supposed to solve. Getting rid of these centralized corrupt agencies. But here we are. But, as we watch this fallout conclude, we still don't know exactly how in a hole FTX was, or even if it was. From my understanding, it's sitting on about an 8 billion shortfall of liquidity. It was the only announced thing I could find. If it is indeed just a liquidity shortfall, then all of this has simply been caused by Binance quite deliberately to damage a competitor. We'll have to wait and see on that front. It's important to understand, that no matter what exchange, no matter what bank or what financial thing, if every single customer turned up and tried to withdraw their funds, the bank would or company would collapse. It's as simple as that. Because the banks need, or any financial company, the entities, shall we say, they need to make a profit on the funds that are with them. That's how they operate and how they make profits. And quite often, to do so, those funds are locked up in things that you can't just click your fingers and have those funds available for withdrawals. You just can't. So it's a time factor, not necessarily being a collateral factor. It's, it's wrong. But yeah, this is why we want to replace it with decentralized exchanges, which you could all be using. There's loads of really good decentralized exchanges out there. So there's no real need to utilize these centralized agencies. And decentralized exchanges, you keep your funds in your own wallets. Do you know what I mean? They can't go negative. But hey ho, they also don't campaign around the fucking world and become political entities, do they? At the end of the day, with one move, be that naive, accidental, planned or otherwise, Binance has removed its main competition in the business/crypto world and the political world. And I'm sorry, I don't really believe in coincidences. I'm not sure I believe that Binance acted with good intentions throughout this. It seems far too convenient to destroy a competitor in all of those different areas with one simple tweet and pretend that they didn't know what they were doing. To add to the injury of FTX, the SEC has apparently been investigating them for months. Shows what use they are. And the Department of Justice has also opened an investigation, but they don't operate in the United States, so I don't really see that it's got anything to do with them, but we'll have to wait and see what they come up with on that. FTX's legal team, or at least the vast majority of them, have quit and walked away. Other firms that are going to be struggling because of this, Galaxy Digital has a massive 77 million exposure to FTX, so it's not going to be great. Yeah, I don't see any reason to go on more here with this. It's a shit show. That's all that we can say. We'll have to wait and watch. In other news, stablecoin USDD has lost its peg and is trading at 97 cents. No doubt that will cause another panicked sell-off. So if you've got USDD, strongly advise you take action. Twitter has filed paperwork as a payments business, so that's all going ahead. Yeah. And MetaMask has implemented some special bridge technology to make it super easy to swap between chains, which is also very good to see. So, what's been happening? Oh my lordy be. So FTX's Sam is begging for about 8.8 billion to avoid bankruptcy. 4 billion of that is simply to remain solvent. Yeah. Layer Zero have agreed to buy back FTX Alamedia's equity position with them. So that's something. After Sam very publicly claimed that FTX America was not affected by any of this, there's now a notice up on the exchange saying that the trading will stop and to close positions. Yeah. FTX has started to allow withdrawals again. So that's something. It seems to be doing it in a limited fashion. It's also reached an agreement with Tron to allow users to basically withdraw TRX, BTT, JST, SUN, and TIT. So that's a special thing with Tron itself. Basically, Tron's bailing FTX out and allowing one for one. Japan has ordered the local division of FTS to suspend all operations. BlockFi has suspended withdrawals. So, looking at the figures, they're actually in a hole of about 3 billion. 2.7, 2.8 billion to be exact. Yeah, we'll forget the few million, Jesus. So they need 8.8 billion. They've got 3 billion that they can actually get their hands on. They've got another 3 billion that they can eventually get. So that this is the speed that they can liquidate their assets, essentially. So they've got 6 billion in assets, but there's an 8.8 billion hole. So that essentially means they need that other 2.7, 2.8 billion to stay afloat, of which he's basically asking anyone and everybody to donate. We'll have to see what happens on that front. Yeah, he's done the obvious stuff, of course. He's winding down Alameda. Oh, yeah, bear in mind here that Alameda owes FTX at least 10 billion. So what's essentially happened here, Alameda has failed and Sammy Boy has been borrowing customers' funds to keep Alameda afloat. He says Alameda is going to wind down. That's obviously going to wind down owing FTX 10 billion and just walk away from that. Fucking unreal. That's essentially what the mess entails. Genesis have said that they've lost 175 million in funds, which is locked away on FTX. What a fuck up. Crypto.com have said they're going to be releasing audits and proof of reserves because of all this. Mainstream banks and companies are basically re-evaluating the crypto services outside or until things are regulated. Crypto.com have now disclosed their balance. 3 billion in total. Yeah, so I mean, at least they're being upfront and okay. Tron founder has said he hopes to provide billions to help FTX, so I'm assuming that this 1-for-1 on his tokens is just the start. That could be good. SEC is claiming they're going to investigate Sam. Yeah, whatever. So that's the FTX. Look, my opinions on all this are still, Binance essentially started all of this shit. There was a million better ways to deal with what they had discovered than fucking announcing it on Twitter. I blame them massively. Obviously, what's happened in FTX is completely outrageous and wrong, and he should have been done for it, but I still believe that we probably could have got around this in a much better way than costing retail investors all their money. Right. Here's another thought for you. Sam was the main guy in crypto asking for regulations. Bit coincidental to me that the one event that could cause regulation to be enforced almost immediately has just happened because Sam did it. Conspiracy theory? Probably. I don't know. But I mean, really, what are the chances? It seems very deliberate to me. In other news, Coinbase has let 1.2% of its staff go. Shell intends to mine Bitcoin. And the number of addresses holding one Bitcoin hits an all-time high. Well, anyway, thank you for joining me on the Saturday. It's always nice to catch up with you at the end of the week and look at what's going on. Please hit subscribe down there in the corner. Please do the socials up there and up there. And that's it. go get drunk now. You're free. You know, do it. I know I will. And, yeah. All right. Taras.
All things crypto by a duck life. See you next time.